Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm back and with another Super Saturday Chill commentary. Um, I want to talk about, of course, a few things today. What's been on my mind this week, and a few of my 2 cents, I guess you could say. But anyways, let's get into it. I want to go ahead and start off talking about, and I know there's a few number of rules that you should follow on YouTube. For instance, you shouldn't talk about like religion. That's obvious, and politics generally, I think, is the other one of the other rules you don't usually talk about. But I was kind of wanting to talk a little bit about how war and how it affects countries and how it's really devastating. And this isn't going to be a depressing commentary, guys. I just want to go ahead and let you know that really quick. But, I'm just going to go ahead and just give you a few of my 2 cents, what I've known about what war's done and, what it's caused to these countries. But, okay, so let's go ahead and, I guess, start off with the United States, which is, where I live. I'm not going to give out, really any more information, just, obviously for obvious reasons. But the U.S., I'm just going to go ahead and start with, I guess, World War II. Because I don't really know any much about much of the other wars. I don't know as much detail, but from what I've learned in school and some of my history classes and all that. So in World War II, I believe it was with the U.S., Japan, Germany, and I think Russia. I think we were all in just a big heated battle with each other. And basically, when we had done this, we had basically screwed our economy up, because what happens is, obviously you have to spend money to make money, or you have to spend money on weapons, ammunition, warfare. Obviously stuff's not it's not cheap or free. You understand that, but obviously it does cost a lot of money for the tanks, vehicles, etc. And usually war, at least from what I've understood, it's generally over territory, and it's kind of almost like, if you think about it, it's almost a gang situation. Pretty much gangs fight over territories, and they're basically like mini wars, if you think about it. And at least in my opinion, that's just, again, my 2 cents. But U.S. got hurt pretty bad in World War II, as far as economic wise, and we weren't as bad as Russia ended up, I believe it was. I think our I'm trying to think what it is called. It's like our financial percentage, or I forgot what it is, but ours is in the negatives right now, which is not that good. That's obviously bad, but Russia, as far as I'm concerned, I believe they are a little bit below where we're at as far as the economic standpoint is, as far as money and all that goes. But we definitely took a hit in World War II, and World War II, and then you follow that into Vietnam. We took even more of a damage. You can kind of see how one thing leads to the next. Every country suffered from wars, and that makes sense. People died, families got torn apart, etc. It obviously cost them money to do this, and you didn't really get anything in return, obviously. And it was many years of, in my opinion, wasted money. When a lot of things could have been avoided if people had just not had a misconception or misunderstanding of what was said and done. And again, I'm not exactly sure what was said and done about what started the wars, but it definitely could have been handled a lot differently, because wars are not necessary. A lot of people are saying wars is a big part of the history in your country, and it is, but I didn't say it was a positive thing. It's a very negative thing in many ways. I don't think there's anything that can be positive from a war. Except for possibly earning territory, but that's still not that, positive. That could be negative. Anything could be turned into a negativity factor. But moving on to the next war, Cold War, which I learned, this is about 2 years ago. I learned a little bit about the Cold War, not too much, but as far as I know, it was pretty much just one another countries just basically flexing their muscles back at each other. We really didn't fire a single shot as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, nothing went on, but it was just another, again, waste of money. Us and Russia basically were spending money on all this new technology we came up with, like the SR-71 or Blackbird, if some of you don't know, which was in Black Ops, which is a Call of Duty game. I think that was around the general time that we had invented that spy plane, and it was like a very high-tech spy plane, or reconnaissance plane, whatever you want to call it. And then Russia, they had invented a giant airplane. I think it's like a big carrier. I can't remember exactly what its tasks are, but we were basically like, what is it doing? They're like, we're not sure. You know, I mean, if you can kind of see where I'm getting this from, if you can learn anything from this, it's pretty much, well, we wasted a lot of money when it was unnecessary and definitely could have been avoided. And, moving on to another war, the current war that's pretty much going on, I guess it's, this war's been going on way too long. I'm just going to be completely honest. And I really hope we get out of it soon, but I mean, I don't know. It's just our economy's bad right now. I mean, everybody's economy's not really that good. And I just think that people need to think things through before they act. But, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the commentary. You guys have an awesome day.